Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Wednesday, July 4th, 2018 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi. I am in the middle of the move. This may be my last recording from the Mimi container, as my friend Maya calls it, but I wanted to put a video out there because we have a shift coming up, and I think this is important to dig into. I'm actually going to start with Mercury in Leo because that is super important. So that shifted last week. What day was it? The 28th, was it? Let's see. Yeah, the 28th. Late on the 28th, 29th. So we have Mercury in Leo. Actually, right now, as I do this video, Mercury is right on top of the North Node in Leo. And this is important because we are spending the next 2 months, all of July and August, with Mercury in the sign of Leo. Mercury, our mind, how we communicate. And it is in the sign of Leo, inner child, heart, creativity, love, love, big love as the focus, as the connector right now in and through your consciousness. This is very important. It is very important that whatever shows up in your life at this time, can you communicate it with and from the space of love energy. Understanding the love vibration right now is so important. That's why we have the North Node in Leo. We have an eclipse coming up in August in the sign of Leo. But even the second eclipse that we're having, the eclipse that we're having in Aquarius, has this focus on the Leo energy, reminding us to fall back into love. I posted on Facebook the other day a quote. I'm not going to get it quite right, but basically it's like, if we can put aside power and all that, and really fall into our heart, really connect to love, then we will once again discover fire. Your heart energy is fiery. It's huge. It's so big. There's actually science that talks about like the bigness of the vibration of the heart and how it's actually bigger than the vibration that your mind puts out, like the energetic vibration. I think it's I don't remember, it's 6 feet or if it's 6 feet bigger, but it's bigger regardless of how much bigger it is. We have to tune into this energy. The world needs us to tune into this energy. And timing with Mercury in Leo sitting upon this North Node energy, it is our destiny to remember this energy, to remember the heart energy, and let it guide us along with the soul. And that's the other thing I want to talk about. We have Chiron going retrograde on July 4th. This is why I was like, I gotta show up, I gotta do a video, gotta put this out there. Finally showered today too, that helped. But Chiron retrograde. So I was not here when Chiron moved into Aries. I was on my trip, getting moved around savagely, like a really intense chess game in my life. But Chiron in Aries, to me, is finding the deeper vibration of our I am. We know our I ams that we put on and wear. I am an astrologer. I'm a woman. I'm a female. I'm a divine goddess. I am blonde. I have blue eyes. What else? All these identities that we put on ourselves. And yet, deeper than that is the I am of our soul. That, to me, is what Chiron and Aries is aiming at bringing healing to. Realizing that those are all transient. All of those I ams can change in a moment, in a hot flash. And the soul remains, always. That's your truth. That is your, I don't know what the right word is, but that's your anchor. That's your true anchor in this life, in this world. What is true to your soul? Now, the world is always kind of pulling us this way and like, hey, put on this hat, put on this costume, put on this, And it is our job to keep saying, well, yes, this does resonate with my soul. This does resonate with my soul. This no longer resonates with my soul. With Chiron and Aries going retrograde, we have an opportunity to dig in and really tune into these shifts, really tune into, does this resonate? As I'm moving, I'm doing a lot of this, and a friend suggested me do this, and it just popped into my head. I'll use a painting that I have right here. Taking anything. Do you feel this energy? Does it connect? Does it connect with your heart? Does it connect with your soul? Does it resonate with you? And if it doesn't, letting these energies go. This is going to be a big part of this Chiron retrograde in Aries in order to move forward, which Aries energy is like, I want to move forward. You have to let go of the pieces that no longer work. Now, this is working with the eclipses that we're moving swiftly into. We're just over a week out from the first eclipse in Cancer, which is this Wildian wave, change, everything's up for grabs and nothing is certain. Believe me, that is true. So the change is coming in. As these energies change, as these things shift, we have to be willing to let go of what we don't love, of what no longer resonates with the soul. So this Chiron retrograde is going to be important in regards to you tuning deeper in. Oh, I know I have that card. There it is. Tuning deeper in and listening to the urgent messages from your soul. I guarantee there are some urgent messages. It's like you have an ancient answering machine or voicemail, and it's like blinking, flashing, like, you gotta listen to this, you gotta listen to this, you gotta listen to this, you gotta listen to this. Keep feeling deeply into the changes that bring you deeper into yourself. I don't know if I even did the energy mantra. That's the energy mantra for today. I keep feeling deeply into the changes that bring me deeper into myself. That's what's important right now. Feeling deeper into yourself. Realizing who you are beyond all of these masks, charades, colors, costumes, etc. that you've worn, which they're not bad. It's not to say that they're bad. Just tune in if they resonate and if they are taking you on your journey of purpose. Now, this Chiron retrograde is going to be interesting because it is in Aries right now. And then it's going to retrograde in September, late September, back into Pisces. Oh, and we have that taken care of too. We're going back into Pisces. We're going to go back. And if there are some old karmic things still needing to be unraveled, believe me, that's going to happen. I have the past lives card and the High Priestess inner voice card. So listening to these deeper unravelings, as you get more clear with your soul, the more clear you get with it, it's like these things bubble up from the surface, or you can see more clearly. It's like a really clear ocean, or you can actually see down into the bottom. The more clear you get with yourself, the more these things will be able to show themselves, the more you're going to be able to see your patterns, because that's what tuning into past lives really is about, for me at least, understanding these patterns that I'm still carrying like a backpack from these past lives, so that I can shift that and be more in tune, more in consciousness with my soul energy. So we're going to retrograde back there until it goes direct, I believe, in December, but I can't remember the exact date. I was going to look that up right beforehand because I have it written down somewhere, but I did not. But for now, all we need to know is we're looking deeper into our soul and we're connecting it with love. Mercury in Leo for 2 months. Connect it deeply with that love energy, because that's going to help you get clear. Sometimes we think, oh, the love's going to put on the rose glasses, blah, blah, blah. No, the love's going to make you clear. When you love, it doesn't mean that you don't see what's really going on. You just see the highest vibrational way through from the place of love. There's a lot of shifts going on in humanity right now, and a return to love is a really big part of it. So today, besides this shift with Chiron moving retrograde, to join all these other retrograde planets, yeesh, we will have the moon shifting into Aries. So the moon is going to join Chiron retrograde. What a day for a holiday. You know, like, this is some intense work. And I talked to a client last week, and she was like, I really think I'm going to spend the day alone. And if you're one of those people who does not like to be around crowds and all that kind of stuff, your nervous system gets shook up, do spend it alone and really do tune in to what's really true for you. The moon meeting up with Chiron late in the evening is going to definitely bring some illumination up into your process of remembering and reclaiming your soul and solar energy. One last thing. 4th of July, every year, falls on Revolution Evolution Day. How appropriate is that based on, you know, American history? We are all the rebels. And the rebellion comes from rebelling against what's no longer true and appropriate for our own soul purpose path. So really tune into that energy and see what needs to go. Again, anything that triggers you is trying to show you something deeper about your soul. So you have the opportunity to listen. I have the tuning in. I showed you the past lives and inner voice card. And then I have sorrow and don't compromise. It's the compromise card, but I call it the don't compromise card. There may be sorrow. There may be feelings coming up. We're in Cancer time, so feel the feelings, allow these things to come up, and then see how it's guiding you even more into the power of your soul. Now, I've packed many of my cards. I only have a few, but I do have roomies, and I pulled a roomie card for this. And the card I pulled is Enter the Garden of Delights. Are you aware that sweetness is found everywhere in town? Are you aware that winter is gone and spring has come around? Are you aware that sweet basil and the carnation are whispering in the garden and laughing about how simply everything is found? Are you aware that the nightingale has come back from its flight, singing out messages of love to spread delight with every sound? Everything in the garden is granted the right from the divine court to appear for our delights. Everything is here to make the earth green and alive and a haven for our life. What remains buried in the soil will always endeavor to reach out. No one truly alive can ever be pawned to a prison or a tomb. Okay. Whew. So, Rumi is your midlife. There to ensure a full spiritual rebirth, he is standing at the threshold with you now, and you're being asked to cross this threshold from the life you have been living into the aliveness that is flickering and growing and glowing at your feet. It's love's wild hot embers, love's wild hot embrace, and embers at your sacred feet. They will erupt at any moment into the holy inferno, taking hold of you, igniting you from within, transforming you into living fire. There's this theme of fire. Once again, man will have found fire by reclaiming the energy of the heart, by reclaiming the soul's guidance. Soul's guidance and I don't know, I can't get the right word. Anyway, to come alive requires shedding of so much adherence to the fear of death. The great brother whispers wisdom into your heart. You have heard it, felt it already. The fear of death is so much more terrible than death itself. Nothing is dying in you but the fear, so the heart can live more freely. Let's let these hearts live. Death and life are twin angels dancing together in communion with the sacred. They are not opposed. They bring the soul aliveness and make the garden of delights possible. They bring the seasons of the soul that foster growth and take the appearance of dying away, which is actually part of the cycle of life again and again. This oracle comes to you with a message. A new day is dawning for you. This is a time when the past will very soon cease to have any hold of you. Let that stuff go. This is a time... Oh, I already read that. Celebration is imminent. Until further notice, celebrate everything. You're invited into the golden light of divine plenty. Put your worries behind you now. Step into your divine inheritance, where all is sorted according to kindness and grace. So, there we have that. So, as I am finishing up my move over these next couple days, if you have bought the eclipse reading and you haven't heard from me, please feel free to email me. I am going to get those set up probably for the 5th, 6th, and the weekend, and definitely have them before the eclipse, but please feel free to email me. I would appreciate that. Yeah, I think that's about it for right now. So, thank you for joining me. I'm sorry that I'm not able to show up, but this has just been another intense passage of this year, and it requires my full presence. So, thank you for joining me. I'll do my best to be back tomorrow. The better it gets, the better it gets. There is enough love in the world for you. Namaste.